into Tatum. Shot's good.
Butler with the step back.
Rhythm, I can see it. Yeah, he's a rhythm shot.
Hey there, basketball fans. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the intriguing world of the NBA. Today, we're turning our spotlight to the free agency of 2023. With teams making strategic moves, season-altering trades, and game-changing signings, it's time to break down the biggest winners and the toughest losers of this offseason. Number 1. Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics and their general manager, Brad Stevens, have done a great job for the Greens' roster this summer.
Now Magic up 2, and that ties it.
They have managed to acquire highly valuable new players while keeping one of their core leaders, Jaylen Brown, signing him to one of the biggest contracts in the history of the NBA league. Brown will approximately earn $304 million over the next 5 seasons. The only downside of their 2023 free agency was losing Marcus Smart, their best defensive player and the fans' favorite. Smart was, despite what you might think of him, valuable in more ways than the stat sheets could ever show, and was considered as the heart of the team by many. Another significant departure from the teams was Grant Williams. However, the Celtics' big sacrifice did not go unrewarded, as they got one of the most versatile big men in the league, Kristaps Porzingis, who is the sole reason why they are one of the biggest winners of the 2023 free agency. Back when he was drafted in 2015, Kristaps was talked about as one of the biggest undercover talents in the NBA, but never managed to unlock his potential due to reasons unrelated to basketball. His landing in the city of Boston might be exactly what he needed to revive his career as one of the most promising players in the league. Just to be clear, this is what a bad season means for Kristaps. As a member of the Wizards, he averaged 23.2 points, 8.4 rebounds, 1.5 blocks, and 2.7 assists per game. Talk about your average 7'3" tall big man. What makes him a perfect addition to the Celtics roster is that he'll be able to stretch the floor for the slashing Tatum, Brown, White, and Brogdon, and hit open threes. His size will only help in terms of defense, where he'll probably have a great impact on the number of points allowed from the paint, and will have a great mentorship under the likes of Al Horford and Blake Griffin. Besides Kristaps, Celtics have added O'Shea Brissett, Delano Banton, and J.D. Davison, all of whom are great role players that will perfectly fit into the Boston system. At the end of the day, not many teams can brag about adding so much power on both ends without losing any of their core, so that's what makes the Celtics the biggest winners of the 2023 NBA free agency. Number 2. Phoenix Suns. Another team that can be considered a winner in the free agency of summer 2023 is the Phoenix Suns.
The finish first basket in a long time for Devin Booker. He's got 9 points now. What a dish.
Reaching the NBA Finals back in 2021 was a refreshing move for the franchise that hasn't been a regular playoff participant since the era of Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire. However, the disappointment after falling short of winning the title pushed them towards getting some much-needed pieces for making the championship run. Phoenix Suns are a team that secured their free agency success even before the end of the regular season by acquiring one of the league's best scorers, Kevin Durant. Naturally, you do not need much convincing to join a team that has Durant and Devin Booker in its offense, so landing Bradley Beal didn't seem like a hard task. The trio of Beal, Booker, and Durant makes the Suns one of, if not the most dangerous offensive squads in the league. If that wasn't enough, they've added a lot of depth by acquiring Eric Gordon and Drew Eubanks. Gordon is well known around the league for his remarkable floor stretching and will add more firepower to the Suns' already loaded arsenal. Eubanks, on the other hand, will provide a much-needed help to DeAndre Ayton. When they're together on the floor, Ayton will have a much easier time on the defensive end, knowing there's another big man to contest the shots within the paint. And when they're rotating, Drew's presence will mean more resting minutes for the Suns' first center. In conclusion, the Suns were already a respectable team in the West, but adding Beal and other role players makes them a true contender, which is why they're among the winners of the 2023 NBA free agency. Number 3. Los Angeles Lakers. The last team on our winners list are the Los Angeles Lakers. Since LeBron isn't getting any younger, wasting away another free agency would be a detrimental move for the Lakers front office. Although they haven't signed any of the rumored big names like DeMar DeRozan or Damian Lillard, the Lakers have used this free agency to strengthen their young core core and got away with something almost as close to a steal in the NBA's market by signing Austin Reeves to a 4-year contract worth only $56 million. Despite it being a lot of money, it turns out Reeves signed for $14 million per season, which could be debated considering how much value he was able to provide during the last season. Besides Reeves, the Lakers front office managed to secure the signings of Rui Hachimura and D'Angelo Russell. Both players proved to be very important for the LA team during the last season's playoffs run when they got stopped by the reigning champs Denver Nuggets. Russell returned to the Lakers by agreeing to a 2-year, $37 million contract, which is not bad at all considering his talent, playmaking, and shooting abilities. The only problem D'Lo might have to work on is consistency, as he was known to have significant drops in efficiency during important moments. Besides keeping Russell, Hachimura, and Reeves, the Lakers improved both their back and front court with Taurean Prince and Gabe Vincent. Although their signings aren't considered big news, they'll have plenty of chances to make a name for themselves while playing alongside one of the best teams in the league. Finally, the biggest move the Lakers made was keeping Anthony Davis by offering him a 3-year, $190 million contract. The Boston Celtics salary record with Jaylen Brown didn't last long, since Lakers broke it just weeks after, making him the currently highest paid player in the NBA. However, the news Anthony Davis was staying in Los Angeles didn't come as a surprise, considering his friendship with LeBron James and the rest of the squad. His contract was the smartest move the Lakers front office could have pulled for the obvious reasons. LeBron's playing time will probably be over in 2 to 3 years, and in case Davis doesn't live up to expectations, the Lakers won't be burdened with him for 2 extra years, giving them the ability to rebuild faster once James is no longer in purple and yellow. The losers of the 2023 NBA free agency. Number 1. Portland Trail Blazers. When the rumors about Lillard's unhappiness with the Trail Blazers started, nobody was sure whether they were true or not. But when it was announced that Dame has requested the trade, everyone realized the race has just begun. There's almost no team in the league that would say no to landing Damian Lillard, despite him not being in his best years. At 32, he has plenty to offer, so it'll be interesting to see where he lands in the next couple of months. Portland, however, seems to be the biggest loser of the 2023 free agency, since no matter what they get in return for Dame, it won't be enough for any serious plans in the stacked West. In case they get multiple draft picks, which is the most likely scenario, their best option would be to rebuild smart and try to not repeat the same mistakes they made with Lillard. Number 2. Denver Nuggets. It may sound strange that the reigning champions could end up on our free agency losers list, but that's just how they decided to play it out this summer. While Nikola Jokic is resting in his hometown Sombor in Serbia, the Nuggets front office did not make any big moves to land significant talent in Denver. Another bad news is that Bruce Brown Jr. parted with the team and joined the Indiana Pacers, which weakens the Nuggets bench as he was one of the most productive sidekicks to the Joker and Murray during the 2023 playoffs. Although the core of Jokic, Murray, Gordon, and MPJ remains intact, winning a repeat will require some serious investing in the bench, as the West gets stronger by the day. In case the Lakers pull off the impossible and land Damian Lillard, the Nuggets will have plenty to deal with considering the improvements made by the Warriors, Lakers, Mavericks, and Suns. Additionally, if Clippers are able to keep their roster healthy throughout the whole season, Western Conference will be a true gladiator arena where only one team will survive to face the Eastern representative. Number 3. Washington Wizards. Lastly, the team that ended up with nothing after the 2023 free agency is the Washington Wizards. It was more than obvious that Bradley Beal and Kristaps Porzingis would never click together enough to provide the capital with the championship, but one would assume they'd get a load of solid players in return for them. However, the only promising asset they've managed to acquire was Jordan Poole, who doesn't seem to be happy with that move as he got separated from the Warriors championship dynasty and forced to play for the squad that has almost zero chance of reaching the playoffs. We all know what it's like when a player doesn't like the city he is in, so it will be interesting to see how Poole's situation turns out in the next season. The only positive scenario where things could work out for the Wizards is if he and Kyle Kuzma develop a chemistry that transfers onto the other players, so the Washington team can make a decent run and attract some more talent in the years to come. Everything other than that is pure disappointment. If you can think of any other teams that made good or bad decisions during the summer, feel free to share your expertise in the comments. And while you're waiting for more NBA news and updates, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time.